Hey there everyone, this is Dr. Gwen from the Dr. Gwen International Training and Empowerment Academy and host of the iTunes show, The Dr. Gwen Show. Today I am actually still out of town and I snuck away in one of the back rooms where I am. And I got in a little bit late this afternoon because I was actually driving, shuttling people back and forth from the airport in preparation for the funeral tomorrow. But I wanted to stop in and to say a quick hello so that we can not miss a day. I enjoy really talking with you every day, and I'm sitting here by a window, so I hope that you can see me. Thank you for that like. I hope that you can see me. I can't even see myself on the screen, so I don't know what I look like, but hopefully you are seeing my face because the glare from the window is coming in. Okay, so how are you, my friends? Are you having the best Friday ever? Every single Friday can be that best Friday ever. Just top yourself. I had an experience today. Hey there, Jackie, my friend. I just came back from the airport where I was collecting a couple people and actually also picking up my car rental because I couldn't have one available for me yesterday when I got in. And I had an experience that was not so great. I started off getting my rental from Value. And I don't know, I don't mean to put anybody's name out there or any particular car rental business out there. But the representative was very nice. She was nice to me. We struck up a conversation there at the counter. And then they started asking for, she started telling me that all the credit, the car rental people, they run credit reports and they put down large deposits. And I'm saying to her, ma'am, I travel a lot. I travel all the time. I rent cars all the time. As a matter of fact, I was just here like 2 weeks ago and rented a car and didn't go through all this experience. Anyway, I don't want to cause your Friday to be, what like mine was. I had to really inhale and exhale to get rid of that staleness. It was excruciating, so I know what car rental company I will not be using again. So in any event, they proceeded to put a hold on my card, $500, and then told me that everybody does that. I said, no, they don't. So I stood there going back and forth with her for a while. No, I was just here 2 weeks ago. They didn't do that. Oh, they run a credit. No, they don't. So anyway, I'm okay. So I'm breathing, and I declare today to be an amazing day. I'm not going to allow that to color my afternoon, to color my day. That all contributed to my getting here a little later, but you know what? It happens, and I have to take control of my own emotions instead of allowing it to run away with me and allowing other people to control the way I choose to look at my day. So I'm having a really great day, and I love those love bubbles. They're even causing the greater energy to flow through me. And yes, I was highly incensed today. I really was. And I've gotten over it, and I've let it go. And now I'm breathing. I am where I am supposed to be at this particular moment. And so I just want to pop in to give you like one tip. And this tip doesn't relate to anybody. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, okay, great. Jackie says she can see me. Okay, yes. So that's amazing. So just one quick tip, not relating to anything that happened today, because I'm going to blow that off. Like, breathe it out and let it be gone. So my tip today is relating to, let's see, I want to talk with you guys about boundaries, like setting your boundaries. And Next week, I want to hit on talking to parents. I know I have interacted with parents who feel like they don't have any control at home. And I wonder why that is. One of the reasons is because you as a I think I lost you for a minute. You as a parent haven't started to lay the foundation for your kids early enough. So I'll be going through all of that, but today let's just talk about boundaries and what you can do now to enforce whatever you have. Hey there, Sonia. Okay, got you. Thank you so much. And so if you're laying your boundaries, it simply means that you are outlining some guidelines for everyone around you to follow. Those boundaries are not just for children, they are also for spouses, for friends, for any relationship that you have. And years ago, somebody told me, Gwen, you teach people how to treat you. It was like, oh, I never heard that before. You teach people how to treat you. That's when, I was in my early 20s or mid 20s, late 30s, or early 30s. And, having a rough time with a particular relationship. And the minute she said that, a light bulb went on. And what I realized was that I hadn't set up any kind of boundaries or lines for what I would and would not accept in my relationship. And oftentimes we enter into relationships and we do that. We don't establish boundaries. And it doesn't have to be, okay, I'm going to lay down the law. This is how it's going to be. And blah. No, it doesn't even have to be that. But in conversations, you can have a very cordial conversation with someone and telling them what you would like to see happen in the relationship. Yes. And those are your boundaries. And you will also state quite nicely what will happen if those boundaries are violated. Okay? And once those boundaries are violated, the next thing you have to do is to really do what you say you're going to do. Now, that's really important for kids. If you allow your kids, for example, to storm off to the store with you and demand things every single time, and you're there tearing your hair out, don't know what to do, trust me, it's going to keep getting worse. I remembered my kids, they learned pretty early not to come out to the store and be pointing on the shelf and telling me everything they want. Because I would tell them, okay, this is something that we will not be able to get, whatever it was at the time. And so my girls learned that early. So here comes baby number 3, my son. And when he was old enough to go to the store with me, he came to the store and he saw a little car and he said, Mom, can you get me this car? Can you get me this car? And at the time, I felt like I was working to raise them to have all their needs met and I was doing it alone. And so I remembered I couldn't afford to get him the car. And I told him that, and he started to whine. And the girls know that once you start the whining, because I had established that boundary, that then even if things were going to happen in their favor, now because you started to whine and cry, it's never going to happen. So they go, ooh, you better not. Now you're not going to get it. They said to him, because they knew what the boundaries were. And he learned pretty quickly that if he wanted something, he needed to ask for it. And sometimes I had them negotiate the reasons why, because that gave them skills that they needed to negotiate their needs later on in life. And so he learned pretty early. He stopped crying in the store to get stuff that he wanted. Now imagine if I hadn't established that, it would be quite a scene, as I've seen with some kids. And some kids are pretty strong-willed. I had a strong-willed one there stuck in the middle. And boy, she was strong-willed. She knew what she wanted. And It's like you better give her what you want. But by enforcing those boundaries, she was able to abide by those boundaries, and she was able to follow through quite effectively in not making those demands. Now, if you find you're a parent and you may have some important stuff that you need to do, like work, I never recommend that you neglect. If your kids are little and they're young, they need you. They really need you. They don't understand when you're going to explain to them about certain things. But if they're old enough and they can understand, now's the time to start to teach them your personal boundaries. Like, this is mommy time, okay? And this is John's time. I recommend you set aside a little time for every kid in your household. Maybe 10-15 minutes. They won't even remember the length of time. They'll just remember that you spent special time with them, just doing what they want to do in their own world. Okay? So set that time. And when it's John's time, don't allow Susie and Mary to come in and interrupt. You've got to enforce those boundaries so that they know it's time for John. And when Susie has her time, don't allow John to come in and interrupt. And mommy, when you have your time, the children need to understand it is your time. And unless somebody is dying, or the house is burning down, or there is some type of emergency, they should respect that time. You can teach your children to respect your boundaries. Your boundaries are what you establish them to be. How are you going to allow them to act towards you, whether they're in public or not? How are you going to have them come on your time when you have things that you have to do and you know you have to take care of it? So establish those boundaries and have them established. So I'm just reading, being distracted here. Sonia says young children learn best from example. Absolutely must. Because you are not able to tell them something and have them get it. A lot of times what I recommend is to have them practice. You have them practice the boundary. So, okay, so mommy's going to do this. Let's see what's going to happen when blah, blah, blah. And you practice it. It's good for kids everywhere, no matter what the age is. And Jackie says, yes, I've done that with my nephew and niece. Yeah. And when they practice, now they get a feel for what the expectation is. And the second, hear me now, the second they violate, 1 second, don't go, okay, you mess up this time, I'm going to forgive you. No, 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 no. Implement the boundary right then. You know why? That is called reinforcement. And what you do then is going to reinforce the behavior you want to see happen. So if you say, if you touch that, this is what's going to happen. And they touch it and it doesn't happen, guess what? It's going to happen next time. It's going to be harder to have them listen to you the next time around. So enforce it right away and be fair. Don't enforce it with John and ignore Susie. Oh no, you'll be asking for disaster. So you have to be really fair about it. So anyway, I hear the doorbells ringing and people are coming. I kind of locked myself away in a little room here so I could be with you. So I'm going to go out now, and actually I'm not staying here the night. I'm going to be away for a week. So I'll be probably live casting from my room on Monday. Not here. So we'll be all right. And I want you guys, I think today is Friday. Wow, it is Friday. And they've asked me to sing at this funeral. Can you believe? I was sounding like a bullfrog before. But I think I got it a little cleared up now. Still sounding a little crusty, but, you know, I'll be all right. So I'll be singing tomorrow morning. So wish me well. And I hope that you are doing perfect. And I'm going to wish you the most amazing weekend ever. Find some time to relax and to love yourself. And remember, establish those boundaries and do reinforce them.